Do that. Okay. Happy New Year, everybody. Who's pumped up for 2019? Oh my God, I'm so excited. So excited. So if I haven't met you yet, my name is Jessica Harsha, and I am one of your Presidential Diamond leaders on this team. And I am just so pumped. I'm so pumped for a brand new month, a brand new year, a brand new bomb product. It just doesn't get a whole lot better than this, guys. Well, it actually kind of does, because we're about to go to conference and it's going to get better. So hold on to your pants, guys. It's going to get amazing. So speaking of conference is coming up in I think it's about like 4 weeks from today or something crazy like that. If you are new to the team, or if you are thinking about going, I got to give you a shameless plug here real quick, because I believe in the power of conference so very, very much. I feel like it 100% changed my life when I went, and it completely changed my business. So I was a brand new diamond when I went to conference a few months into my business, and 7 weeks later, I was a triple diamond. And I'll be honest with you, like, I really thought a diamond was the cap of where I would go. I had already far exceeded what I had come into this business to do. And conference opened my eyes to the power of this business, the power of this company, and really made me believe in myself and in this business. So if you're on the fence about going, I can't tell you enough how much you should be there. Like, you gotta go. So it is not too late to get tickets to that. And that is coming up, like I said, at the end of this month. They always release ridiculous, new products, new promotions, bonuses. I earned $280,000 in bonuses after my first conferences. So I believe in conference. So get there, guys. Get there. Okay, so let's hop into what we're going to talk about tonight. We have a lot of wonderful ladies that are going to share some tips with you. I know some of you are new. Some of you have been with us for a long time. No matter, make sure you're asking questions. We have the little chat option down there at the bottom. So if you have a question, feel free to ask. And if not, if you want to unmute yourself and ask, that's totally fine too. If you have something to add, please feel free to jump in. This is totally relaxed. Okay, so let's talk about the vision of 2019. When I think about this year, I can tell you that, especially right now, with the buzz about, everything that corporate is bringing out right now in this brand new product, I can tell you that 3 years into this business, I have never seen such excitement and momentum as I do right now. So if you aren't working your business daily or taking advantage of everything they have out right now, I would start immediately. It is never too late to start. It's never too late to restart. But there's so much power out there right now, guys, at your fingertips, that you can just hop on this momentum train and go anywhere that you want to go. 2019, I think that it's so important right now at the beginning of a brand new month, but more specifically at the beginning of a new year. It is so important that you are very specific and very real with yourself on where you want to go this year. Crazy enough, statistically, it shows that you are 80%, you guys, listen, did you hear that? 80% more likely to reach a goal if you share it with other people, if you're vocal about it, and if you have it written down where you can look at it every day. Okay, that is one of the reasons that we really urge you to make a dream board. It is seeing those goals every single day, because not every single day are you going to wake up just raring to go, right? Life is going to bite you in the butt sometimes. So what's going to keep you going and keep you working day after day? It is looking at those goals that you have for yourself and for your family, and having them just staring you in the face every day. So if you don't have a dream board, I absolutely would urge you to do that. But make sure that not only are you putting big and ridiculous goals on the dream board, but make sure you're also putting those little goals on there too, because when you start to see that you're achieving these little goals, it's going to feel so good and keep you motivated. But another thing that I would do, think about, where do you want to be by the end of this year? Have that everywhere. Maybe your end of the year goal is to hit double diamond. I would be writing that on sticky notes, like I am double diamond, and plastering them all over your house, all over your office. Have that as your screenshot on your cell phone. Share with your family and your friends. Post about it. Talk about what that's going to mean to you. again, the more vocal that you are about that, the more it's going to really hold you accountable to the activities that are going to help you get there. Okay. So be loud and be proud and just have it everywhere that you can, so that on the days where you don't feel like working, it's looking at you. Okay. And it's knocking on your door and being like, hey, but remember me, remember how badly you want to go to Disney World. So it's so important, guys. It's so, so, so important. And like I said, just share that, post about it, be really loud and proud about that. But what I also would do is sit down and really think about, where do you want to be at the end of this month? So write down, what's your 1 month goal? Okay. And then what is your 3 month, your 6 month, your 9 month, and then your end of year goal. Okay. Now it is okay to be, outlandish. Okay. Now, am I going to say that in 1 month as a new distributor, I'm going to be a presidential diamond? Obviously not, right? So be realistic, but also push yourself. If you just got started, maybe you join for an extra $500 a month, like I did, but maybe that your end of the year goal is really more like diamond, right? Because you want to get those cab bonuses and those extra generational bonuses. So really push yourself to go a little bit farther than maybe you even meant to go for, right? But that's what's going to keep that momentum going. People ask me all the time, like, Jess, what are the things that really helped you see success in this business quickly? And I will tell you, hands down, and I still say the same thing 3 years later, it is excitement. It is hands down excitement. Now, consistency, you're going to hear repeatedly tonight, probably from every single person that you hear talk tonight. They're going to tell you that one of the things that is a must in this business is consistency. But I think equally as important, it's excitement. That is what draws people into you, okay? It is your excitement. It is your passion for this business, and not necessarily for what it's already done for you, but what it's going to do for you. That excitement is what is contagious. It is not what you know. It is not the products that you have or have not tried. It is how excited that you are. And that will draw people to like a moth to the flame. Okay. So keep that excitement going that we all feel right now, that momentum that you feel right now and that you see. Loyal customers are coming in like mad right now with this new product. Run with that. Keep that excitement going. Don't sign 15 customers this month and then next month decide you're not going to do anything, because you're going to let your momentum and your fire die down, and then it's harder to restoke that. Okay. So keep the excitement going. Now, when I think of 2019, I'm going to just tell you right now that I am, and I know, a lot of us are all, or if you're on this Zoom tonight, we're, under Brittany Landrum on down. So you have me, Brittany Landrum, and Trista, who all three are pushing for Ambassador Diamond this year. Okay. That's exciting. And what was more exciting to me than reaching a huge goal that I made for myself is how many people that's going to impact. And I actually looked at some numbers today, you guys, and this is nuts. Okay. And I'm going to tell you this because this is the power of everybody working together. Okay. Let's say that all three of Brittany, Trista, and myself, that means everybody on this Zoom would be part of an Ambassador Diamond team, which is just absolutely crazy, right? It's totally crazy. But what's even crazier is if that happens, or I should say, I'm sorry, when that happens, that means that we are going to have, ready for this, 162 executives. So 162 of you averaging an extra $300 a month for your family. How about that? How about 162 rubies averaging $600 a month? How about 60 emeralds, you guys? 60 emeralds averaging $1,100 a month. 60 people, guys. How many people are on the Zoom right now? 70, okay? How about 42 diamonds? 42 diamonds averaging about $2,000 a month. Okay, 18 double diamonds averaging $6,000 a month. 9 triple diamonds averaging $10,000 a month. And 3 presidential diamonds averaging almost $17,000 a month. That's 456 promotions just right there. Okay, 456 promotions just this year, which adds up to a whole lot of money for this team, you guys. That is exciting. So the reason that I'm telling you this is I remember when I got started, I remember, shortly thereafter, I remember Trista and I remember Brittany talking about, going for a triple diamond, going for a presidential diamond, and that, they needed these many diamond or this many diamonds and this many rubies. And I remember thinking like, well, doggone it, I want to be one of those diamonds. Don't leave me out. Oh my gosh, like I want to do that. So the reason I'm telling you that tonight is let that motivate you. Stake your claim. Where do you want to be? This time at this, or this time, not this time next year, before that, but by the end of the year, where do you want to be? Which one of those do you want to claim? And claim it and run for that, okay? This is going to be a momentous, amazing year, guys. Amazing. Okay, so let's get excited about this. This is going to be the year of the overcomers. This is going to be the year of the dreamers. This is going to be the year of the boss babes. Like I can seriously just feel it in my bones. It's amazing. So how do we do that? How do we make sure that we keep this momentum going? One of the things that I really, really urge you to do and make sure that you're doing every single day is work that 6 list. We talk about this all the time, but it's being very intentional with what you do with your time every single day, okay? So what are those, what's a 6 list? A 6 list are those specific things that you're gonna do to grow your business every single day. Maybe your list is 3, maybe your list is 10, but it is those routine every single day without fail. What are you going to make sure that you do to grow your business? Okay. We are going to be offering daily power hours. You guys, I urge you to get on those. Get on and learn from the leaders. What are they doing with their time? When they have an hour of their day to dedicate to their business, what do they do with that time? Because oftentimes I find, and I felt this way when I got started, was I was willing to do the work. I was willing to put in the effort, but I just really didn't know what to do. So I found myself kind of just scrolling a lot, right? Well, I felt like I was working, but it wasn't income producing by any means. So getting on those power hours is awesome because we're going to tell you, all right, for the next 15 minutes, this is what we're going to do. And then for the next 10 minutes, this is what we're going to do. All right. So it's super duper helpful. And again, you're getting close to that fire, close to that excitement, and it's just going to help you. It's just going to keep that momentum going for you. Okay. So being consistent, staying excited is huge. You guys, there is a big difference between motivation and dedication. So if you are dedicated to working that 6 list every day, if you are dedicated to hopping on power hours and trainings and really just pouring into yourself, and pouring into your business, that's going to help you stay motivated, okay? Because motivation, people will say to me all the time, Jess, I need motivation. Jess, you need to motivate me. Well, I can't. I can motivate you for like 5 minutes, okay? I can give you a great pep talk. I'm good at that. But when we hop off that Zoom or off that phone call, it's what you do with that, right? Because I can't stay in your ear, right? I can't stay with you all day. So it is turning that motivation into dedication. Okay. That is where the success comes in. Okay. Let's talk about the January incentives that we have going on right now. Okay. This is insane, you guys. There's so much. They've given us so much, so much. There still is, and a lot of people have been asking me this about the shopping spree. We are back to the $100 shopping spree, okay? So if, as a new distributor, if you sign 4 loyal customers within your first 30 days, you will earn a $100 shopping spree on anything on the It Works site, okay? We also obviously have our brand new product, which is selling like hotcakes. I've literally never in 3 years seen a product sell as quickly and have so much buzz around it as this product. Never, ever. So take advantage of that. So really the big thing with the ThermoFight X is that they're saying compared to diet alone, a lot of these people lose 2 times the amount of weight, okay? In the study that they did, the average person lost 31 pounds in 90 days, all right? It boosts metabolism, it activates thermogenesis, it activates ketosis, and it helps melt fat, okay? It's also helpful with maintaining glucose levels, and it increases energy as well. So there's a lot of really awesome claims that we get to make with this product. And a lot of times we can't really necessarily say you'll lose X amount of weight, right? But what we can say is that, how awesome is it that the people in this study, compared to just changing their diet alone, were able to lose an average of 31 pounds in 90 days. That is huge. And I'm telling you guys, people are coming out of the woodwork with this product. So make sure you're posting about this every single day. Make sure you're reaching out to people about this every single day. Okay. We'll get a little bit more into that in a little bit. And then we have the guarantee. I've never seen anything like this. So with the guarantee, basically the potential for a new distributor, a new distributor to earn at least $3,000 in commissions within 90 days. Okay. So they have that potential for a new distributor to join now and earn at least $3,000 in commissions within their first 90 days. All right. They have to join by January the 31st. Okay. Now here's the deal. If they hit Ruby within 60 days, okay, they have to hit Ruby within 60 days, they're guaranteed $1,000 in profit. Now that will be in the form of commissions. Their shopping spree would be included in that. Their $100 weekly bonuses would be included in that. If they hit Emerald within 90 days, they're guaranteed $3,000, okay? And if they don't hit that $1,000 as Ruby or $3,000 as Emerald, it works is going to make up the difference, okay? So let's say, they hit Emerald in 90 days and they have profited $2,500, let's say. It works is then going to send them an extra $500, okay, to make up the difference. That's insane, guys. That is absolutely insane. There are a couple things that have to happen for that, okay? That new distributor has to be Fast Start qualified, which means they have to be commission qualified, okay? They have to be commission qualified within their first 30 days. They also have to have 2 loyal customers, all right? They have to have 2 loyal customers. They have to be commission qualified, and they have to have personally enrolled 3 distributors. So that means you can't sign up your mom and move 5 distributors under her and think she's going to get a bonus, because it's not going to happen. She has to personally enroll 3 distributors, okay? And I actually love that they did that, all right? So basically what the wording for this for me has been basically like, I'm going to show you how to promote to our second level. And if you do that, and if you do that and you don't earn at least $1,000 in your first 60 days, it works is going to make up the difference. And if you're really ready to go, I will show you how to promote to our third level within, in your third month. If you don't profit $3,000 in that 90 days, it works is going to make up the difference. Okay. And there's great wording. There's great post ideas in the group pages, but that's just kind of a quick little idea there. And then we have half price kits. So until the 13th, any distributor can join you. Any potential distributor can join you for half price. If you haven't signed your spouse or significant other, now is a great time to do so. If you have a friend or somebody that you've been talking to about this business, or that you really would love to join you in this business, now is the time to talk to them. Adrian's going to tell you about how to talk to them about that. It is worded as join with a friend. The reason that they do that is that a lot of people are nervous to start a new endeavor like this, right? But they're a lot more likely to join if they have a buddy to join with them. So that's why they did this as like a join with a friend, but they don't have to get the half price. So anybody that joins you from now to the 13th can join for $49. They don't have to come in with somebody else necessarily. Like I said, they just put that out there with, just because they're more likely to join if they have someone to do that with them. In their kit, they're going to get a bag of wraps. They're also going to get some sample products as well. Okay, that is enough for me for now. All right, let's kick it over to, who did I have next? Let's kick it over to Christy Smith. She is going to talk to us about how to work this business consistently when you're working a full-time job or when you have crazy busy kids at home.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. I was on a Zoom with my Olympic team last night. No one could hear me the entire time. So we were like signing. Well, hello, everyone. If I don't know you, my name's Christy Smith. I am a double diamond with It Works. And I get this question a lot of like, how do you make it work? How do you make it all work? Or or when I'm searching and trying to not talk somebody into or offering the business, I get that question of like, well, I already work a full-time job and I've got a kid and I will say, me too. And so, and I know that a lot of people will say like, well, you're a double diamond. You're probably going to quit your job, right? Because that's what people do. And I'm like, well, that's what some people do. But it's really up to what you want. So I think that's what you have to keep in mind. And I think that the bottom line is you can make whatever you want work. And so for me, I run special education programs. That's what I do as a profession outside of It Works. I was a special education teacher for years, went back to school, got a master's, got an administration degree, and now I run programs year round. I don't have summers off. I don't have breaks off. I don't have a teacher schedule, which I think is crazy anyway. For any of you that are teachers, understand what I'm saying. Like that's crazy talk when people think that you have all these breaks and all this time when you're a teacher, because you don't. And I don't either. And so I can very easily get wrapped up in my work of being an administrator and coming home and getting thousands of emails and responding to those. And so how do I make this all work? I also have 3 kids, a first grader, a third grader, and a fifth grader. They're all involved in sports and things, and none of them are involved in the same activities, which is really great. It is really great, but it makes things really crazy. So I've been doing this for 2 years, and I would say at the beginning, I just was like drowning kind of. And I wanted to make it to those next levels, but I couldn't figure out, like, once I got past like having a couple of distributors, I didn't know how to manage them. I didn't know how to utilize my time well, and I really didn't know what to do. So I've watched lots of Zooms, and I'm still learning, and which is why I get on these, because I'm still learning new tips every day. So I just thought I would share some of the tips that I have as a full-time working mom and these are some things that I do that help me. So I'll try to be quick. I've taken notes so I wouldn't forget things. Okay, number 1, plan ahead. Plan ahead. Plan ahead your posts. The biggest thing that I do is on the weekends. I mean, obviously Monday through Friday, I can't even get on the 6 o'clock Zooms. My kids are getting on the bus at 6:50, so I'm out on that. I try to plan as much as I can on the weekends. For example, and I plan my posts. So for example, I try to do a post, and I learned this from Christy Reedy. So I have a lot of these are going to be like, wait, I told her that. Like, yeah, I've stolen most of these ideas. So I try to post the second I wake up. So when my alarm goes off, I put a post up, because I don't know if you guys have heard this, but you're not supposed to put posts on like Facebook and things. Instagram's different, but Facebook within an hour of one another. So I need to put a post up before I can put a second post up. I need like an hour in between. So my first post goes up before I even get out of bed. But like right now, it's sitting on my phone ready to go for tomorrow morning. So I always have those ready to go, so that when I hit in the morning, and a lot of sometimes it's a post, sometimes it's just like a funny meme. Tomorrow's going to be like a happy Friday, I made it through this holiday week. That type of post. I look for those quotes, memes, things like that on the weekends. That's something I can do when I'm sitting, watching TV with my kids, just scrolling through like Instagram or Pinterest or Google or whatever to find those, and then I just save them all. And so I've got those for the week, and then I just plan, okay, tomorrow I'm going to post this. Here's some things I'm going to say. So that's one thing I do, and I find those on the weekend, so that I just am organizing it during the week. I post that the second I get up. I already then have my second post ready to go too, because I want to post when I get to work. So by the time I get up, and then by the time I drive to work, by the time I get there, over an hour has passed, and usually about an hour and a half or close to 2 hours, and I can go ahead and then put my first post, which is a lot of times a product post. If I'm drinking keto coffee, something like that. Sometimes I have that ready to go. Sometimes I'm taking a picture of it that morning and saying, or that type of thing. So that's another thing that I do. I then write my afternoon post at lunch. Okay. So I cannot get on Facebook, social media at all during the day. I can message somebody, but like maybe during lunch, I could maybe reach out and message somebody, but posting is a huge no-no in my world. So absolutely not. But I can use my notes on my computer and just jot down like what I want to, and I know later in the day when I'm drinking my collagen, snap a picture of it. And I've already written the post that I'm going to say like, hey, really needed this afternoon. And when I get in my car to come home, I go ahead and post that. Because when I get home, I'm not doing anything. Because when I get home, I've got 3 kids waiting on me. So I think it's really crucial to have that good work-life balance. So I'm not doing, it works, I'm not doing school stuff. When I get home from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock or 8:30, you won't see posts from me unless my kids are watching a show and I'm just scrolling and doing some interacting. So there might be some of that, but I really try to turn that off. That was something I did not do a good job of at first. And even my husband had to say, you're on your phone all the time. And I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like Jessica mentioned that. I'm just scrolling. I honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm way more intentional about my time now. So I don't do a lot of scrolling, to be honest with you. I used to do a lot of scrolling. I don't. When I get on social media, it's for a purpose. Now, I will have the purpose of interacting for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. But that is kind of what I do on a daily basis. Now, on the weekends, so the things I do on the weekends, then, number one, I get up before any of my kids do. So I just get up early on Saturdays and Sundays, and I have, for one, it's a quiet house and it's really nice. And for two, I get a ton done. So the things that I do are I look for those posts that I'm going to save in my pictures and things for that week. The other thing I do is I do any follow-ups with loyal customers. You guys know what's coming. The binder. Hold on. The beloved binder, I've done posts about this. My beloved binder is where I have all of my loyal customer info sheets. So these are in this is in the files page of the Boss Babes page. So for this week coming up, I'll look like, let's say I'm looking on the 9th, and I've got this girl. She's going to have, I had messaged her last about her perk points, so I need to check on that. So regardless, I will go through and message anybody who's going to have a shipment done throughout the whole week. So I'm just check that off. On Saturday mornings, I always do that. So I'm going to follow up with Candace. I'm going to follow up with all these people. I just look at the dates in my calendar, so I never feel overwhelmed by, shoot, I didn't get that person. So I just do that on Saturday mornings. And I just shoot them up. How'd you like your cleanse? Did you know you had this many perk points? Let me know what else you want to try. So follow-ups on Saturdays, finding pictures on Saturdays or Sundays, using my binder. I set my posts. I write my morning post at night. I write my afternoon post during lunch, and then just being intentional. You'll get, for those of you who just, at the beginning when I didn't know, Jessica's right. Doing power hours are the best way to kind of get in that routine of like, okay, I've been scrolling for 10 minutes. I got to stop. I got to add friends now. And so if you begin thinking about power hours, and as a working person, I don't always have an hour. Honestly, and some of you can probably relate to that you don't have like a full hour chunk of time that you've got that you can give. I would love to say that every day I do, but I don't. Like if we've got an out of town soccer game and I don't. But I've got 10 minutes here, and so I just in my head can like memorize what a power hour would look like and say, for these 10 minutes, I'm going to add to my network. For these 10 minutes, I'm going to scroll through Facebook and interact. For these 10 minutes, I'm going to work on my posts. So, but the more you do those power hours, so this month, I would really encourage you to try to get on and do those power hours. They're all pretty similar. Everybody leads them a little bit differently, but for the most part, it kind of gets you into that routine of what needs to be done. The other thing is just utilizing all your time. You're in charge of your schedule. People say this about working out. I'd say this about this business. You are in charge of your schedule. So for me, I put more hours in on the weekends than I do during the weekdays. One weekday I might put in 2 hours of work and another 10 minutes. But I make sure that regardless, I'm posting every single day. I mean, my business is open every day and I want everyone to know that. So if I do nothing else, a post is going up. Even if I'm stealing one from the Signing Loyal Customers and Distributors page, it's going up. So that definitely happens. Make time for your family, make time for your husband, turn it off. Don't become just a scroller. And then the other thing, here's another thing I do, Zooms. Again, there's a lot of great Zooms out there, and I don't always have the time to listen to them, but I drive to work every day, and I drive home from work every day, and I drive to soccer practice, so I listen to those Zooms in my car. So I can't always like watch them. I did get a little like magnet thing that holds my phone up, so that's helpful, but I do listen to any Zooms that I hear somebody say this was a great one, or Cami did this great Zoom, or with some of the leaders. I just listen to them in my car. So that's a good way to get those in when you think, gosh, I can't get on all these Zooms that people are getting on. I remember when I started, I was like, everyone's getting on these Zooms. They're probably judging me that I'm not getting on. And it's not that at all. I just make sure that you do those. Even any like professional development, you'll see people, I'm reading this book now. honestly, you've probably never seen me post that because I'm reading nothing now. I'm never reading anything because I'm listening to things. I'm sure I could post somehow, find a cute post to do that. I listen to those. I listen to lots of motivational things. I've listened to Audible books, but I just, in my life right now, don't have the time to sit down and read a book unless I'm on vacation. So, but I listen to them. So I still get the benefit. And if you're driving to work, you can do that too. The last tip that I would give you, this is a kind of funny one, is that even though I can't work this business at work, and a lot of you probably can't either, I always, always, always drink my products at work. And I use, if you don't have one of these cups or an It Works, I mean, if you can take an It Works sticker and put it on a water bottle that you have, because a lot of times people are like, what's in there? I cannot tell you how many people have said, what's in there? And then I said, oh, yeah. And I'm like, and this one's great too, because I can take this bottom off and I keep my almonds in here. And then, you know, in here, I'm able to keep, like, I keep my fat fighters in here. So when I blow it and go down to the break room and eat some donuts, I can take my fat fighters. And then people are like, what are those? And then next thing you know, you have a customer. And so, you know, that's kind of how it happens, how I'm able to do this. I make my husband do this too. Now, I didn't realize this till recently, but he's apparently had a can of energy, empty energy, sitting on his desk for like a year. I'm like, and people are like, you drink that every day? He's like, yeah, because he has different clients come in. And then he talks about the energy drink, but apparently it has nothing in it. I can't do that because I have the same people come in my office would be like, clean up your office, but he has different people that come in. So that would be my recommendation for how you can kind of work it at work without really working it. So let me check my notes real quick. I think that is it.
That was so fabulous. Oh my gosh. So good. Such great tips. And you know, I think people think that all the time, you guys, and I remember starting and thinking like, well, that's easy for them to say. That's easy for them to be so successful because they have all this time. They get to be home and they don't know what it's like. You guys, I remember feeling that way. But guess what? The vast majority of us who now are home started this business working a job. I was a registered nurse with Trista. Trista and I were pediatric nurses together. And I remember thinking that, but Christy's exactly right. Nobody has a plethora of time. Nobody has that extra time, but you have to make the time. You have to know in your head that if I can create little moments throughout my day, that's going to reward me later with more time, if that's what you want, right? So I love that she said, get up early, because so often I will say to someone, they're like, I just don't have time. My day's too crazy. I don't have time. I'm like, can you get up like, I don't know, 20 minutes early? Or stay up 20 minutes after your kids go to bed or whatever. And they look at me like I have 19 heads, like, but I love to sleep. Well, I get it. So do I. But what's our ultimate goal here, right? So if you can't find the time throughout the day, try to get up a little bit earlier and go to bed a little bit later. It doesn't have to be hours, right? You can be extremely successful in this business working this business an hour a day. And that might be 5 minutes here and 15 minutes here and 30 minutes here. And however that works out for you that specific day. And obviously that's going to change. But you guys, I remember like I was so overwhelmed with not having any time when I started this business that I almost didn't join. And now I get to be home now. But I had to find those little moments. And I love when she talked about listening in the car, because a lot of times, you know, if you know, I know there's a lot of Zooms and I know there's a lot of trainings, and sometimes that can be overwhelming, especially in moments like this when there's a lot of incentives. It's a brand new year. There's a lot going on, and we're like, oh my gosh, Zoom, 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 power hours, da 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 da, and you're like, listen to them in the car, okay? Turn off the smut radio. Let's turn it off. And listen to some training Zoomings on your way to work. That's exactly what I did every day on my way to work and every day on my way home. That is how I trained myself. That is how I learned this business, was listening to those through my car any chance that I could, because that was the only time that I could do it, okay? And when Christy said, use your, Tiffany, I will post that calendar tomorrow. We're working on those dates right now and those times. And they're actually going to start tomorrow morning. And then use your husband. You know, my husband cannot go and recruit loyal customers and distributors for me at his job, but he can walk around with a bottle of water that's full of greens so that people ask him what it is, right? And then he's like, oh, you should talk to my wife. They're great. Okay. So utilize those people in your family that are already taking the products, like, hey, drink that at work and see if anyone asks you, and just give them my number. So that was a great tip too, Christy. I love that.
Thanks. Okay. I saw a lot of people ask about the binder. I'll look for that video in Boss Babes. and I'll just bump it to the top. And if for some reason we can't find it, I can do it.
Some in
Somebody
Diamond
else,
Dreams.
what?
Make sure it's in Diamond Dreams also though, because we
Oh,
have
I
a lot
don't
of people on
know.
here that aren't in Boss Babes.
How do you get it in there?
I don't know. We'll work on it. I think we already did. I think it's already in there, but I'm
We
not
did?
sure.
Okay.
We'll double check.
The other thing that somebody asked about perk points, when you go to your organizational explorer, and so when I go to my binder and I look up, like Candace was my next person, I'm going to look up Candace before I message her. Somebody asked about perk points. So I'll know that like Candace has 34 perk points. So I'm going to message her and I'll just say something simple like, hey, Candace, how'd you like your cleanse last month? Just wanted to remind you that it's set to ship again. I hope you loved it. You know, I always loved it. I also wanted to let you know that you have 34 perk points. This is a great way to try another product if you'd like to. You know, if you're, and usually I know if they're like looking to lose weight or something, then I might make some recommendations. The other thing is too, a lot of times, you know, keep on top of those people who are just your 3-month people who fizzle out after 3 months. I almost always get a 4th month out of those people, because you'll have 3 months and then they'll have like 14 perk points or something. Mm-hmm. And you'll say, oh, I saw that you canceled your auto ship, or you wanted to cancel. Maybe they message you saying, I want to cancel my auto ship. And you say, I'm happy to cancel it. I would hate for you to lose these 14 perk points. And so even though then they say, you know what, maybe I'll go ahead and order then the ThermoFight. Mm-hmm. And so you say, you know, you can get $14 off. Now you're not going to get all the BV for that, but at least you're going to get some. So, and you never know that they might try something different and be like, you know what, I really like that. I do want to keep doing it. So.
Love that. Love it. Love it. Carrie, great question. So as far as Zooms and trainings go, yes, you can look in any of the group pages that you're in. Utilize the search bar in those pages and search Zooms, search trainings, search keywords like newbie. There's all sorts of getting started Zooms and newbie Zooms and all sorts of stuff that's so good in there. But also YouTube is a great place to find training Zooms. Or training like, yeah, it's usually Zoom. Jade Hooper is one of my favorites. I love her. I love, there's just a lot of really good people. I'll post that later. But anyway, search YouTube for trainings. You can search any of the team pages for trainings. They're loaded with them. But it's good to listen to a lot of, different leaders and how they do things, because some things will resonate with you more so than others do. Okay. Ashley Kunkler. Let's talk about, we talk about this business and obviously, doing the tasks, right? Doing the tasks every day. And I think that it's important to realize that this business is a simple business. It's simple steps, but it's done repeatedly over time, right? That lead to success. But equally as important as doing those daily steps is what's going on in your head. That is equally, if not more important. And Ashley's going to talk to us about that.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Kunkler. For those of you that do not know me, I've been in the business for 2 years and I am a double diamond leader. I still get really excited to say that because I don't get to say it that often, so I'm excited. But like she said, I get to talk about mindset, and I am so stinking excited to talk to you guys about this because like she said, this is so important, if not one of the most important things in your business or about your business. I would even say, my opinion, it's 80 to 90% of your business is mindset. Let me repeat that again. 80 to 90% of this business is your mindset. So there's a reason why we put self-development into our 6 list, something that we should be doing every single day. And something that I have said on previous Zooms and to my team is that self-development to me is your mental armor. This is what's going to get you through the hard times in this business, because I'm going to tell you guys right now, each and every single one of the leaders that you have ever met or will meet have hard times in their business. There is not one single leader whose trip to whatever rank they are is like this, a straight line. It's messy. You take 2 steps forward, you take 2 steps back. It's the same thing in life. And that's why mindset is so important. Life, you guys know how hard life is, right? For those of you that don't know my story, last year, 2018, and we talked about this a little bit on the leadership Zoom that we had the other night, just how not so great 2018 was. 2017 in December, my 3-year-old daughter was diagnosed with leukemia. So the whole year of 2018, we were just trying to figure out what our new normal was going to be. Sorry. so obviously there were ups and downs that came along with that. But the reason why I feel like me personally, that I was able to get through that, the way that we got through it was because I said yes to this business and because I was introduced to self-development. I think if I were giving this a couple years ago, I may have not have handled it as well as what I feel like I did a good job of handling it, because I have done so much self-development, and because self-development has been a priority to me in this business, I just feel, like I said, I had this mental armor on. And I'm not saying that when you do self-development, you're not going to have hard times and you're not going to have hard days. But what makes those hard times a little bit more easy to swallow is because you have that mental armor on, and you know that you're going to be able to get through it however you need to get through it. I always say you can have your moment, especially in this business, you're going to be frustrated. You're not promoting as fast as you want to promote. You're hearing the word no time after time after time after time after time. But I'm going to tell you guys, the people who are at the top of this company are there because they've heard the word no so many times and they never gave up. It never deterred them from getting to where they want to be because we're doing self-development day in and day out. And again, that's why it's in the 6 list, is because it's so, so important. The reason why I'm excited about mindset too is because where are my control freaks at? Mindset is 100% in your control. You get to control that. Nobody else gets to decide what goes in one ear, what comes out, and what's in your headspace. You get to decide that. And that goes into what Christy was saying. You get to decide what you listen to in the car. You get to decide the people that you surround yourself with. If you have an unsupportive husband or spouse or significant other, you get to tell them, look, I understand that you're not supportive of this business, but I want you to be supportive of me. I said yes to this business because I believe, and that's something that's huge with mindset. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in these products. You have to believe in the compensation plan. You have to believe you're going to be successful. So when somebody okay, I'm going to do something funny. Do you know that meme where Shaq is on Facebook and he's like swatting away all the stuff? Have you guys seen that? That's basically what self-development is going to give you the ability to do. You're going to be able to swat away the negativity, swat away the people who are saying no's. That's what it gets to do. And so when you have that significant other that's saying, I think this is a scam, blah, 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 you get to say, I want you to believe in me because I believe in this. You get to say, look, I understand that you don't believe this, but I want you to believe in me because I believe in myself. And you may not believe in yourself right off the bat, but that's, again, why you do this every single day. Do your self-development every single day. So what does self-development look like? For me, I love to read self-development books. One of my favorite, and everybody that knows me knows what my favorite self-development book is. It's Brian Tracy's Maximum Achievement. I'm telling you what, guys, you need to get your hands on it. You need to get a paintbrush with some yellow paint because you're going to be highlighting that thing with the whitest paintbrush ever because it's so good. There's literally like self-development nuggets in every single line. I love it, love it, love it. I will talk about it till I'm blue in the face because it's so good. You can do YouTube videos in the car. I used to do Zooms when I first started. My husband and I'm in my bedroom. My husband and I would come to bed. He would watch TV. I would have my laptop out and I would have my notebook out and I would just be soaking it all in. I get really pumped up on Zooms. Like for whatever reason, people speak life into me about this business and it makes me believe if they can do this, I can do this too. That's so important, you guys. And here's the thing. I want you guys to really take a minute and like close your eyes and think of the reason why you joined this business. Was it for $500? Was it for $1,000? If one person has made $500 with this business, you can too. They've already proven that that can be done. If someone has made $1,000 with this business, it's been proven that you can do that too. Same thing, 50,000. I mean, we have people making $100,000 a month, guys. I know that's like mind blowing and it's hard to wrap your brain around, but that's been proven to you that that is a possibility with this company. But you have to make that decision every single day that you're worth it, that you're going to do what it takes to read your self-development, get on these Zooms, get on YouTube, whatever it is that you want to do for self-development. And you have to believe that that's a possibility for you too. So I want you guys to really think about why you joined. What amount of money is going to make you feel so good that after you put your mental armor on and you know that there's going to be a valley that you have to go through? Because like I said, success in this business is not a straight line. There's going to be peaks and there's going to be valleys, and you know that those valleys are coming, but you have that self-development, you have that mental armor on, and you know you're going to get through that valley. And on the 15th of the month, you get that check that says $500 on it. And then you get to pay off a credit card, or you get to go to the grocery store, whatever the reason is that you joined. If you had been struggling to put gas in your car, imagine what it's going to feel like when you've gone through that hard time, you get that amount of money and you could go and put a full tank of gas in your car week after week after week. That's why I'm saying mindset is so super important. I think that's really all I want. I know I was really intense there, but I want you guys to believe in yourself. I want you guys to believe in this company. If you are not excited right now, I want to shake you, because my body is like vibrating from what is going on right now. And the fact that we are going to go to conference. And I tell Jess this, I tell my friends this, I say, my mind is already blown with ThermoFight X. If they're already throwing this out right now, what are they going to do at conference, guys? What are they going to do at conference?
Yes.
So do your self-development, believe in yourself, know that you are worthy. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on this business, because you guys, it's possible. Whatever you dream and you look at daily, it's possible for you.
Oh, I love that so much. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And you guys, you think when you have a bad day, and I'm telling you this, like I used to tell Ashley this, when I would think like, oh, I had a bad day or I was down or whatever, I would just think like, you know what? Think about everything that Ashley Kunkler is doing right now. And that girl is like positive Polly, and she is still working her business every day, and she is still doing the things and making it happen for her family. So on those days where you are doubting yourself or like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, think about Ashley Kunkler and everything that she overcame in the year of 2018. And look at her. She's still promoted to double diamond. She's, still here smiling, like seriously so amazing. You're so inspiring to so many of us, Ash. I just love you so much. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. And I also think too, like part of self-development, not only the reading and the listening and all of that, but I also think, like we talked about earlier, staying close to the fire and getting around people. I think the biggest thing, and I have been guilty of this, I will admit, but I think the worst thing that you can do when you're feeling down or you're feeling like, you're stuck or you're not where you want to be, or just anything in life has got you down, sometimes we tend to kind of recluse, kind of become a recluse, just kind of like turn inward and shut people out. And that is the worst thing that you can possibly do. So when you feel like you're not where you want to be, or you feel like you're having a bad day, or you're like, oh, I'm so frustrated because of X, Y, and Z or whatever, let other people pour into you. Let people's excitement fill you up again. Get around those people, get around people like Ashley, and get around people that really fuel your fire and make you happy and make you just want to go after life and run and join arms, because this world can get lonely. And if you aren't around a lot of people that are in this business, they can make you feel like a weirdo, right? Like, how dare you go after those things? Like, that's just outlandish and ridiculous, right? So make sure that you are being poured into by the people that get you, okay? So when you're feeling like you need some motivation or you need a little pep in your step, don't go crawl in your bed and shut off Facebook for 2 days. Ask people, talk to your team and get pumped up by the people that believe in you. That is so important. Okay, we are going to switch it over to our personal comedian, Christy Reedy. Christy's going to talk to us tonight about how, what resources to really use to make sure that you are really just pouring into your own business and learning. But then she's also going to talk to us a little bit about Host to Post, because she's like the queen bee. Go for it.
Okay, first of all, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because you guys are all frozen, and so I just want to make sure that I'm not glitchy, because I can switch to my phone if that makes it better.
I'll let you know
if
we have issues.
Okay. So no pressure about being funny. I didn't prepare any jokes for tonight.
Well, it's just effortless.
So yeah, it just comes naturally. So my name is Christy Reedy. I'm the other Christy. The other double diamond, Christy Smith, and I get confused all the time, so we just call ourselves the Christies. She's much older than I am, so that's how you can tell us apart.
But that was a joke, that part.
that was the joke for tonight. So I'm going to talk about resources, because I think one of the things that's difficult when you first get started is, I like to think of it like you're drinking from a fire hydrant. It's like this mass of information comes to you, and you know, you maybe get put in a team chat, you get put in, you know, Diamond Dreams, or what we're calling Overcomers now, maybe Boss Babes or whatever. And so you have a lot of stuff coming at you that maybe you're not used to getting that many notifications. And so it's hard to like navigate and know where to find your information. I'm going to try to screen share, but we'll see if it actually goes through. Diamond Dreams, thank you. Let's see, because the first place that I would tell you all to go, are you seeing that screen now? Okay, so the first thing I would do in your eSuite, there's so much information here. One of the first places I would send you to is your training academy. And it might take a while to load, but basically the thing that I love about this is that, of course, the thing I love about it is it's going to send you training that is appropriate for where you are in your business. So if you're just starting out, you're not going to get an overwhelming list of 42 videos to watch, because, you know, that's completely overwhelming. So when you click on Training Academy, there will be some introductory videos. There will be some things that explain some of the terminology. And if this becomes too slow, I can switch back so that you can just see my face instead. But a lot of great information within this Training Academy. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, so you go from newbie to emerging leaders, which is like Ruby, Emerald, and then leaders are considered diamonds and above. I'm at double diamond, so I don't have access to this top leaders spot yet, but I will, because top leaders are triple diamonds and above. So that's a great source of information. This document library, pretty much anything that I think It Works has ever published is in here. So I will tell you that you need to be careful that you check dates, because when I first joined, I was looking through, you know, I wanted all the information, and there was something in there about a Ruby bonus, but I didn't look at the date and it had expired. So when I hit Ruby, I thought I was getting a bonus, and wah, wah, I did not. So be really careful that you look at the dates, but any kind of product information is in here. It's probably not going to load completely for me. There we go. The commission, how commissions are paid out, compensation plans, any of the charting that we do, but any of the new promotions that come out are going to be in here as well, like the 4LC, shopping sprees. And so a lot of times I'll get a lot of questions like in my team chat, but all of the information is here if you look here first. And you want to be the keeper of the knowledge. You know, you will never learn the information if you don't start using your resources and see where to find it, because eventually you're going to have a team under you, and you want to be able to teach your people how to find the information. And we're really quick to want to help people, but you want to refer people back to the resources so that they can find it. It's that whole give a man a fish and teach a man a fish concept and idea. So I want to tell you about that. And then let's see here. I'm on my computer, and Jessica, how do I get back from sharing? It's like all of a sudden I don't see the button anymore.
I think you just X out of it.
Just X out of it? Okay. Oh, there we go. Stop share. That was, there we go. All right. So that's one of the places. And then another place that has a whole wealth of information, and I don't think I figured this out till about 6 months in, and then I felt completely ridiculous. If you go into our team pages, and once you're signed in to like Diamond Dreams or Boss Babes, and I'll see if I can show you on my phone here. Can you see that? There is a search bar at the top. You can search by any topic. Like, for instance, something came up in one of our chats today about, someone is messaging me looking for weight loss, things to use for weight loss, but they can't have caffeine. And so I just did a quick search in Diamond Dreams, and all I put in there was caffeine. And then all of these posts up where that was a keyword, and there was a ton of information where people had asked similar questions and people had given information about that. So you can always search by keywords. A lot of times people have questions about the Loyal Customer Program. There's a ton of information in there. Any promotions, you can find before and afters in there, especially of our teammates, which is nice because then you can say, yes, this girl is on my team or this guy is on my team. That's a great place to be able to look for the information yourself first. And then if you can't find it, then you can post a question in the team pages or in your team chat. Another place, if you haven't been added to this one, you want to make sure that your upline adds you to it. It's called Signing Loyal Customers and Distributors page. And this is a great tool. I'll see if I can pull it up here. It's a great tool because it's like it's a bank of posts and pictures. It has ideas for you to use for like engagement posts to help with the Facebook algorithm. So you can go there, and again, at the top, you can search. So if you're thinking, I really want to do a post about cleanse, but I'm not really sure what to say, you can search by cleanse, and shabam, boom, there are going to be like 65 posts about the cleanse. I will caution you, don't just copy and paste. I'm a language arts teacher for 23 years, and it's that whole plagiarism thing. Facebook algorithm will recognize that has been used before, and instead of getting an F, it's like your posts get an F. Like, it's going to take that post and put it to the bottom of everyone's news feed. But not only that, you're going to get the person in trouble who originally wrote that post. The algorithm is going to connect those two, and it's going to put all of their posts at the bottom of everyone's news feed. And we know that that's a bad thing for our business. So make sure that you change it up. Make sure that it sounds like you. I'm not from the South or even Southern Indiana, so it is not in my normal vernacular to say y'all. I'm almost 47 years old, so unless I'm being silly, I don't usually say, hey girl, because I feel like I'm like trying to pretend that I'm younger than I am. So, a lot of times posts start like that, and I'm like, I cannot pull this off. I am not a hey girl kind of girl because people see my wrinkles. So you have to make it sound like you. I think it's always important that you change the opening lines or the opening to those because, like some of the people on my team, we have like 200 friends in common because we grew up together. And so it's that opening line or that opening, to that post that people recognize. If you use the same picture, they're going to recognize it. And then people start thinking, oh, they're not using the products. This is just a canned program. They tell them what to post. And that is not what we want. That's not what we're about. We're about sharing the products and how they have affected our lives. If you have not been put into the first 25 posts, the leaders put together this great page that kind of gives you a template of things to post about for your first 25 days or your first 25 posts. So talk to your upline about that. It's very similar. It gives you a wide variety of posts that you can use because that's the hardest part, especially until you start getting your products and start using them consistently. But I will tell you, don't wait to get your kit. Don't wait to get your products. Jump right in. Talk about what you're excited about trying. And then there's this one tool. It's called Google. And it was like my best friend when I first joined. I mean, you can Google how to move customers and it works. And there are tutorial videos. A lot of our leaders have pages that you can follow. And for me, when I was first starting, and even now, that was my self-development. I watched a ton of videos by Jade Hooper. I watched a ton of videos, like, I don't even know. I would just Google a topic and It Works Leaders, and it will fill your soul with fire. When you hear people's stories, it makes you realize that, like, if they can do it, I can do it too. Another resource I would say would be to follow our leaders. If you need a list of names, we can give you a list of names. There are a ton of leaders in both Boss Babes and Diamond Dreams that you could follow. But then, of course, Alyssa Bilyeu or Alyssa Marie, there are a ton of people that we could give you to follow. And what you will pick up on when you follow people is how they are telling their story through their posts, because it's the people that are storytellers that are going to be successful. So it's not even just about learning the information from them. It's learning the art of a business post. It's learning the art of a product post when you're talking about how you've used that product yourself. And that's, I think, when I really started paying attention to how leaders were posting about the business. That's when I really started signing distributors, because I started taking notes like, oh, I see what she did there. So I would tell you to find leaders to follow. When you go to events like green carpet events and conference, you'll hear people speak up on the stage. And the first thing I do when someone speaks to me and touches my soul, I find them on Facebook and I follow them. So that's another tip that I would give you as far as resources. Have there been any questions in the chat? For the people in the cheap seats?
I don't think so.
Okay, awesome.
That's perfect. Okay, talk about host post real quick for ThermoFight.
All right, let's talk host to post. Sorry, Brett Reedy, everybody, is going to bed.
Hi, Brett.
So,
Hi, Brett.
host to post. So, if you're new and haven't heard of these are a great tool for lots of different reasons. Basically, it's you probably figured out from what it sounds like. You're asking someone that is not a distributor to host a post for you, especially someone that doesn't share 200 mutual friends with you, someone outside of your network. And what this does is lots of different things for your business. It's a network builder, because as people are commenting that they're interested, if you do a host a post about the new ThermoFight X, you're going to add them as a friend. And then you're going to start a conversation. So you're building your network, you're building your algorithm, because you're having a back and forth conversation with someone. They're going to start seeing your things. Even if people never get back to you, or if people don't say, yeah, I want to buy it, here's my information, you have planted a seed and now you've got new people watching you. This is also a distributor finder, because I get asked a lot, like, how do I sign distributors? So, and this resource, if you look in the files in Diamond Dreams and Boss Babes, it's in there. It's a great way to track your stuff. So I keep track of my people and my host of posts. And so, like, this particular gal, no one commented on it at all, and that was fine. But look at the girl next to her. She had a bunch of people that were interested, and I actually signed like 5 or 6 people from that host to post. So you'll see in my notes up there, it says DT. That was my note to myself, like, you need to talk to her about being this distributor, because you just signed 5 of her friends. You could move them under her, and the conversation goes like, I could make money off of your friends, or you could, because you've clearly got people that are interested in joining or in being a part of this company or getting these products. I want to tell you, it's a numbers game. For as many of them that I have that have lots of names, there are lots of them that just sit. But you have to remember that it's building your network. Now you've got new people watching you. So keep doing them, because there are so many benefits that come from it. There are videos in both pages about how to do host to posts. There are posts in both pages that give you scripts that you can use. What can you send people to host a post? How do you get people to host a post? I will tell you that you want to, if we do gift card giveaways, you want to get in on that if you can, because what a great thing to be able to offer up gift cards and free money and free products to your friends. If you don't have free products to offer, you might ask your diamond uplines, because what I do is I do a drawing at the end of the month. And so anyone that's hosted a post for me, their name goes into the drawing, and I send out a product to someone. So if you don't have extra stuff on hand, ask one of your diamond uplines, and I'm sure can help you out with that. You can do business host to posts. You can do host to posts that ask people to get more people to do host to posts for you. So there are so many different ideas in our team pages for how to utilize those host to posts. So search in the pages by host to post, and it'll be like bam, 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 bam. Lots of different resources. Raise your hand, and I can't see you. I'll just pretend you're all raising your hand, but raise your hand if you have done one for ThermaFight X. Look at all those hands. I can't see any of you. None of you are moving. So what I will tell you, don't be alarmed if you don't have a lot of people jump on them, because I remember when collagen first came out and when keto coffee first came out, I did some host to post with both of those things. And because this is a new network and a new product, people haven't seen it anywhere, and they haven't heard about it, and they haven't seen you talking about it. And so just remember that you're still planting seeds. So even if no one jumps on it right then, they're going to start watching you, and they're going to start watching you post about it. And so I think it takes a little bit longer for a new product, but this product is a reformulation of another product that we've used before. So I think this one will be hot. So I'm excited to do this one. I just did my search for host to post people right at the beginning of this Zoom. I'm offering a free bottle of ThermaFight X that I'm going to do a drawing for people that do host to post for me. So any questions?
Love it. Very good. And that's what like is so crazy too, is like, I feel like even just on our regular post with the ThermaFight X, I know like we've been talking about, people have been coming out of the woodwork. Like people that I've never had a conversation with about a product ever are messaging me about this product. So you think about that going into other networks and like blowing it up all over the place. I mean, oh my gosh, like this is just nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah, there are people that I have signed that like in the 2 years I've been in the business have never liked a post, never contacted me, never even pretended like they were even remotely interested.
Totally.
What was it? There was something else I was going to say about that. I don't know. I'll remember later.
Yeah. Yeah. And two, in following up with anybody that's you've ever talked to about weight loss or ThermaFight in general anyway, like make sure you're reaching out, because this is like, it's craziness. Total crazy.
That's what I was going to say. Thank you for reminding me. So the other great thing about these sheets is there's a place on here where you can write down, and apparently I didn't do a great job of doing it, but you can write down, can you see what product you did the host to post on? And I keep these. So these are all my host to posts for August.
Yes.
So now these are all potential people. I go right back to them. All of these people I'm going to be messaging about the ThermaFight X. I also, if you haven't gotten into the Connect app, you need to do that. I sent like 248 text messages and people that were that signed up like the very first week that I signed up as a distributor and turned off their auto shipments and haven't ordered since are ordering. Like I think I've put in 18 orders for existing loyal customers. I mean, and then there were people that their information was old, and so when I messaged them back, I thought, oh, this will be the stopper because they'll have to give me their credit card information again. I was like, your card has expired. Do you have a new card I could put in there? And it was like, bam, right back to me. So people are excited, take advantage, follow up quickly because it's hot right now.
Yeah, it really is. And it's the Connect app is awesome because it's so quick and so easy. And I actually was having Hudson send out all of my loyal customer text messages on New Year's Eve. Like I was decorating and I was having Hudson send out all my messages, and as many new loyal customers as I have signed, I have in, like Christy said, more of my people that haven't been ordering for a year or two are ordering. So don't miss those follow-ups, guys. Do not miss those follow-ups. Okay. Super duper duper fast. And I'm not going to get into posting a lot tonight because like I said, we've got so many Zooms on, especially like getting started. And we talk about how to post, when to post, so much in those. So I don't feel like we need to go there, but I just want to reiterate to those of you who have just got started or just getting restarted, maybe that just a little bit of like Christy said, not posting more than once an hour, that posting daily is an absolute positively 100% must. You're in a social media based world. And if you want to have a successful business in a social media based business, you have to post every single day. That is without doubt. You have to. If you want people to take you seriously, you got to show them that you're serious about your business. And that's how you show that your business is open. It's like having your own store, only it's a Facebook front, right? It's That's the way I look at it. So what I would be posting about right now, more than anything, I would make sure that I'm posting at least once a day about the half price kit. Talking about, turning that into a business post. What is this business has, what is it already done for you? What is it going to do for you? Sharing stories. There's so many ways to talk about this business, but also wrapping that into, and you can get started with me or you can join my team for half price right now. So making sure that you're working that in once a day at least is huge. Also making sure you're talking about the ThermoFight X every single day. Like we talked about, this is a hot product and people want it in their hands like yesterday. So you should be posting about that at least once a day as well. Okay. But make sure you're putting in those personal posts. This is what I see happen so much when people get really excited at a time like this or just getting started, is that they are like spam mailing their Facebook page, right? It works, and it turns people away. So make sure you're still being you. Make sure you're still talking about you. Like today I did something about working in the food pantry, and I did something about Hudson at Taekwondo in between ThermoFight and business posts, right? So make sure you're still showing that you, because you want people to fall in love with your journey. And the way to do that is to show your daily life, but also show how you're kind of weaving this into your day. Okay. And then, like I said, just posting in general, like we were just talking about, people will order from you or join you eventually if you're still here. Right. And like so many people that I've been Facebook friends with for 2-3 years, have been watching me for 2 or 3 years, are now finally ordering a product from me. Okay. So they will order from you and they will join you, but make sure that you're posting every day so that they join you and not your friend. Okay. Because you want to be the one they sign up with, right? Okay. So let's switch it over to Miss Adrienne. So how do we reach out to people? We talk all the time, like posting isn't asking, that's half of the business, but how do you talk to people, right? That's where the trickiness comes in. So Adrienne's going to talk to you about that tonight.
Hi guys. So just to repeat what Jessica just said, that posting is not asking, but posting is letting people know that you are still open for business, right? So every time they see you with your greens water bottle, they're like, yep, she's still doing that thing. So but that doesn't mean that they're going to message you and say, hey, can I try those greens? No, but just they're like, oh yeah, still doing it, works. So posting is letting people know that you're open for business. So the thing I want you guys to know about reaching out is that you can still do this how it works for you. So there are plenty of people in our business who have built belly to belly. So maybe reaching out for them is talking to 5 new people when they go out to Target tomorrow. It might be that in-person thing. For most of us, I would say, and what I'm probably going to focus more on tonight, is those of us trying to run this business mainly from social media and not belly to belly. You have to figure out what works for you. Some might be one way 100% or the other, or a mixture of both. The easiest way to reach out, and if this is going to be for my new people really only, because I think everyone else will know this, but from posts, anyone who even likes it, they do not have to comment. And I mean on an It Works post, those are your first people that you're going to message. Thanks so much for liking my post on ThermoFight X. Are you interested in trying it? I'm so excited about this new product. Super easy. Same thing about a business post. Thank you for liking my post today about my friend Jessica's story and paying off her debt. Are you interested in hearing more about the opportunity? So that is your first reach out tip on who to reach out to. Those ones are super easy and quick. After that, when you're trying to figure out who to reach out to and who to be asking, you want to be interacting and building relationships with people on social media, especially Facebook, because it's more personal to me. So this could mean finding people who you think would be good and turning on post notifications so that you're getting into their news feed and you're commenting and liking before you message them on Facebook. This could be on Instagram, I guess. Let me just switch over for a second. For me, it's a little bit more of a cold message because you can add so many more people on Instagram who you do not know. So for me on Instagram, I do it a little bit different. I don't have those couple days of interacting before I figure out, that I'm going to message them. On Instagram, if I see somebody whose profile looks, really nice and pretty and crisp and clear and all those things, I might like and comment on a few of their pictures, and I'm messaging them immediately because Instagram to me is just a different
beast than Facebook. So again, when you're figuring out who you want to reach out to on Facebook, figure out who you're going to be interacting with because of that personal effect that Facebook has versus Instagram. I mean, again, you want to get into their feed. So if you're liking and commenting on their stuff, hopefully they're going to be returning that and looking at your stuff as well. I do want to talk about really quickly, I'm not going to go over polls, but hopefully you all know about using polls in your story on Facebook and Instagram. And this is a great way to figure out who to interact with as well. So if I have a product poll, at the end of that, so when it's about to expire, I go and check out who has watched it, who has looked at this product poll all the way, or product story all the way to the end. And then I'm messaging those people who have just watched that story and saying, thanks for watching my story. So it's kind of like the post. Thanks for watching my story on the cleanse. Would you be interested in trying it? And then a tip that I got from Christy Reedy was that she kind of builds a list of who to interact with from her opportunity stories and polls. So again, this isn't necessarily anybody who's voted on the poll. It's just somebody who's watched that story till the end, because a lot of times they could be 4 or 5 little pictures that you watch to the end. And so what she said is she kind of builds a list of people, and then she goes and she makes sure she's interacting with those people, liking and commenting on their stuff before messaging them. So I did this this week. I actually copied and pasted who made my list, printed it out, and then I added to people today because I had another opportunity poll on there. So I'm just going to make sure to get into their feeds for a couple of days before I message them.